Hello everybody, my name is SophX. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and supporting my channel. Today we'll be doing this makeup look, and yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out, having fun, getting pretty, doing this makeup look. You can get your snacks, you can get your makeup so that you can do this whole thing together. That's gonna be so much fun. Let's get right on it. So I'm going to start with the brows. I'm going to use this Essence long lasting eye pencil in the shade Hot Chocolate. So this is what I'm going to use to fill in my brows. I'm just filling the brows where I feel like the brows could be fuller. I just want to fill in the hairs where I feel like there should be more hair. Brows are not twins, they are sisters. Sometimes they're not even sisters, they're cousins. Some days I get identical twins, some days I get unidentical twins, other days I get sisters, some days I get some days I get cousins, and then other days I just get strangers. Some days, you know, you're just cruising and everything is just the way you want it to be, and then other days you just like, what is going on? So I'm done filling in my brows, and now I just want to clean them up a bit. For that, I'm going to use this concealer by MAC Cosmetics, and I'm using this Eco Tools concealer brush just to clean up under my brows. This will help your brows to become more defined. I think for the lid I'm going to use a different shade of concealer. I want the eyeshadows to pop, so I'm going to use a slightly lighter concealer. I'm going to use this LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Warm Honey. If you're going to be using light eyeshadow, you want to use an eyeshadow primer, which is usually very light, or a light concealer. That's what you want to do, so that the colors that you're going to use can really pop. Okay, I'm going to set that before I move on to eyeshadow, and for that I'm using this Revlon new Photo Ready Candid Anti-Pollution Powder. I'm just going to get some of that on the lid. You can see this side that is not set already is starting to crease. It helps to set it right away so that it doesn't crease on you. And then moving on to the eyeshadow now, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette. It's from Makeup Revolution. Okay, this is my favorite palette. I've hit pan on a number of shadows, as you can see. I'm going to start with this shade right here, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. And I'm using this blending brush from Color. It's the 486, and you want to just blend that out. So this is gonna be the transition shade. I'm going to use the same brush, and then I'm going to go on to this shade. Do the same thing on this eye. I want to do sort of like a halo situation. I'm gonna use this fluffy shadow brush from Eco Tools, and I'm going to go on and use this shade right here. I'm going to put that on my outer corner, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this brush and just blend it out or fluff it out, just to remove any harsh lines and just to have that seamless blend. It's looking good. I'm just going to go back to this peachy shade just to intensify it a little bit, because it kind of got lost when I was blending, just to make sure that it does not get lost in the brown shade. It's looking so bright on the screen, I don't even know if you can see these shadows that I'm working with. I think I am done with my eyes. I'm just going to put some of the chocolate brown shade under my eyes after I'm done with the base. Okay, I'm now going to move on to the base. I'm going to start with the primer, and for this I'm using this primer from Rimmel London. Yeah, it's a mattifying primer. I have quite an oily skin, but my skin is mostly oily just at the center of my face, so that's where I'm putting this primer on. My face is not that oily around, like on the outer part. It's just my nose and then the center of my face that can get quite oily. I really like this primer. It does the job for me. This is my favorite foundation at the moment. It's from Loreal Paris. It's an infallible fresh wear foundation. I'm in the shade 330, and as usual I'm just going to put a little bit of mist on the brush that I'm going to use to blend the foundation. I'm using this Rimmel London FIX&GO 2-in-1 primer. Now I'm going to sort of color correct, because I have this bit of darkness under my eyes, so I'm going to use this Elegant Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee. This is more like my skin tone, so it's going to help me to just balance out that bit of darkness that I can see under my eyes, and then I'm going to go on with a brighter concealer to highlight my under eye. So I'm just going to blend this out. I'm using this Eco Tools brush. It's a foundation brush, but I'm just going to use it to blend out this concealer. And to brighten my under eyes, I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in shade 40. I'm going to use this smaller brush from Eco Tools. This is the brush that I use to blend out the concealer that I use to clean up my brows. So I'm using the same brush to blend out this outer part, and then I'm going to go on again with the brush that I used to blend the first concealer that I used to blend out my under eyes. As you can see, this concealer is a little bit brighter than my skin tone, and that's what I want, because I want to have that bright under eye just so that I can look more awake. Just blend, blend, blend. Okay, I want to set my under eye, and for that I'm going to use a damp sponge. You don't want to put so much powder. I'm just going to take some of that to the bridge of my nose, and also this area right here, just to brighten this area as well. I'm now going to contour my face, and for that I'm going to use this foundation stick from Black Opal in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I'm going to use this angled brush. I'm just going to tap on it, and then I'm going to put it where I want it. And I like to use a foundation stick to contour my face because foundation sticks are creamy, and like I said, I tend to get dry on the perimeter of my face, so I find that it really helps with that dryness because it's a cream product. If you are using a cream product to contour your face, you still have to set it with a powder, so you can't just leave it at the cream product. You still have to set it with a powder. To set the contour, I'm going to use this Studio Fix from MAC Cosmetics in the shade NC47. So this is the shade that I'm going to use to set the contour that I put on my face. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use this powder from Loreal Paris, Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear in the shade 3D. It's the same shade as the liquid foundation. And also just to go over the contour to make sure that it blends in with the concealer, which is the highlight. If ever there were any harsh lines, I just go over with the powder brush just to make sure that there aren't any harsh lines. For my nose, I'm just going to go in back with the MAC Studio Fix. When I look at myself, I feel like my nose is a bit flat now, only because of the concealer and the powders that I put on my nose. So I'm just trying to put back the natural shadows that would have been there, that were there before I put on the powders. So I'm quickly going to go over again with the foundation brush just to make sure that the harsh lines are gone. For blush, I'm going to be using this brush from Color. It's a blush brush, and for blush I'm using this blush from LA Girl. It's this orangey peachy blush from LA Girl. I like to first diffuse the blush at the back of my hand. And you want to take your blush in this area. You don't want to put your blush in this area because it's just going to make your face like droopy. You want to take your blush to the highest point of your face so that it can lift your face up a little bit. And I also like to put a little bit of blush on my nose as well as on my forehead. And then I like to go over again without any additional product. I just take the powder brush and then just go over the blush just to make sure that there are no harsh lines and that it's blended in the way it's supposed to be blended in. Now I'm going to stick on my lashes and then we're going to do the lips, then we'll be done. Okay, lashes are on. So the only thing that I've done besides to stick on the lashes and put on some eyeliner is to just take a little bit of shimmer and put it on my eyelid. from the same palette that we were using. I just took this shade and I just swiped it on top of my eyelids just to give out that pop of shimmer. And yeah, I really like it. Oh, this hair. So that's all I did. Now I'm just going to take again this shade of brown. I think this just brings the entire look together, and I don't feel like setting my face with a setting spray. I feel like because I used the primer, I feel like my face is just gonna be too dry if I set again with a mattifying setting spray. So I feel like I don't really need to do that. Today I'm not doing the usual. Today I'm not doing the usual nude lip that I normally do. Today I'm going for a red lip. Okay, so the only thing that I did, I used this MAC lipstick in the shade Russian Red. Then I went on with this chocolate brown eye pencil. Yes, it's an eye pencil, but I also use it for lining my lips. Yeah, basically that's all I used for the lips. I didn't use any lip gloss or anything. It's just the lipstick and the brown liner. That's how I achieved this look. So yeah, this is the final look. I enjoyed it so much. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you so much once again for clicking on this video and supporting my channel. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and also that post notification bell so that you know when I post another video. Thank you once again, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.